Well, anyways, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I'm always doing that, going on a hiatus and shit, hiding and shit. You know, life a little hard. So sometimes I gotta hibernate, get myself together, come back, new and improved and better than before. You know, that's what life is about. Sometimes you get knocked down. You know, you get knocked off your pivot a little piece. But don't stay down. You know, don't never stay down. Never. You know, because life is not easy. Nothing's promised in this life. And hard times are just part of life. You know, it's about molding you and helping you grow and all that stuff. So don't even let that shit, brush that shit off. But that's going to be the topic for the day anyways. Excuse me if I sound like a man. I'm sick. And I still got my pajamas on because I just want to do my makeup. And I sit in the house all day and I'm on vacation. So why not? Why not just do my makeup and look like a pretty housewife that I'm not? Why not just manifest that and speak that into existence, you know? Who wants to look ugly all the time? Because I damn sure was looking like a rat. But yeah, today's topic is strictly about rising up from disappointment, rejection. What else is something that hurts us? Betrayal. Any type of hurt that you're going through, whether it's losing a job, whether it's no longer being friends with somebody. Today, let's talk about how do we rise up from it. And I wouldn't even say rise up from it. How do we walk through it? Because you can't really go over nothing that's happening in your life. You can't be like, okay, well, I'm just going to step over this puddle. Because it's not that easy. You know, it's not a puddle. It's not real. You know, you have to go through things to learn how to, to learn a lesson from it. To learn how to go through it next time. Or to learn how to prevent it from happening again. So, I watch a lot of videos about Iyanla, with Iyanla Vanzant. I can never say her name. But Iyanla Fix My Life, and I love her. I love her. Like, if she had a class, if she was teaching the class, I would legit go to that bitch, because I'm so into learning how to have a better human experience with other humans. And from her, I'm more so learning how to not even take things personal anymore. Even though my little feelings be hurt. And baby, I'm little, because I'm 4'9". You hear me? I'm little. So my little feelings be hurt, like dog ass hurt. Like, I be losing weight and everything, because it's like, it's sometimes, you know, when things happen to me, it's not even what you did, honestly, that hurts the most. Is the fact that people can't apologize for it. They don't understand the principle behind the pain that came with it, and they think you're overreacting, or they try to brush it under the rug. And baby, I don't do that brush under the rug shit. I don't like that, you know. I'm human. I'm gonna say that I'm bothered. I'm gonna act like a bothered person. I'm not gonna sit around here and act like stuff doesn't bother me, like I'm just this savage, because I'm not. I'm human. I have a heart, you know what I'm saying? I love deeply, genuinely, unconditionally, and I expect the same in return. I understand, excuse me, that us as humans, we do make mistakes. We're gonna fuck up, man. You know, you're still learning some things we weren't taught. A lot of us, you know, don't even know how to properly even interact with people, or even apologize properly, or even have a face-to-face conversation with others that are healthy for us to have, because we weren't raised that way and no one taught us. So, you know, you can't even fully blame people for how they move all the time. But at some point in your life, when you get a certain age and you get there, when you get up there in age, you have to understand, my love, you know, you're responsible for you. So regardless of what happened, regardless of who broke you or who hurt you, at the end of the day, you're still responsible for you. You're still responsible for how you go out into this world and treat others. You're still responsible for healing yourself. You're still responsible for loving yourself. You're still responsible for the actions that you do that comes with consequences. You're still responsible for it. Regardless of how damaged you are, you're responsible for you. And I was watching Iyanla, like I said, and she was saying how we as humans need to learn how to handle our triggers. And when I first seen it, I was like, okay, learn how to handle our triggers. Maybe a bitch shouldn't trigger us and we wouldn't have to trigger back. You know what I'm saying? But it was kind of true. Because I grew up in a household where my mom was not combative. She was not confrontational. My mom rarely yelled at my stepfather or whatever. I never really seen that type of dysfunctional behavior, excuse me. So I myself, that's how I was. You know, you are a product of your environment. But as I got older, it was like, fuck, I'm tired of being the bigger person. I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being here and understanding and trying to figure out why someone is treating me like this. So my triggers, I started allowing people to get under my skin. So if you say something I don't like, or if you do something I don't like, not that I'm just going to go and be combative and fight you. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do, I am going to yell. I am going to project my voice to a certain level because I want you to understand where I'm coming from. But I had to realize that doesn't work with everybody, and everybody doesn't want you yelling at them. Because honestly, some people genuinely, as hard as it is to understand, some people genuinely do not see the wrong in what they are doing to you. Like, they really do not see it. They really, in their heart, deep down in their heart, they don't understand what they're doing so wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I had to learn not to take certain things, excuse me. Okay. That's why I had to learn not to take certain things so personal. Because if I make your issue, your problem, your demise, or whatever, if I make that a big issue in my life and I take it personal, now we're both two people out here who can't properly communicate with one another, who can't, what's the word I'm looking for? Who can, maybe just that. Two people who just cannot coexist and communicate with one another because now we're both are not listening to each other to understand. We're listening to argue back or to give our statement back to one another and whatever. And that's not healthy, because to have a face-to-face conversation with someone you love, with someone you care for, and then they're expressing to you, hey, this is how this makes me feel, because this is their experience. You know, how people experience life is on them. How they go through life is on them. I'm not walking in that person's shoes, so I'm not allowed to tell them, hey, that did not really hurt you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to do that or say that. That is your experience, and I apologize that in your experience, that's how you felt, or that's how I made you feel. But in my experience, this is how I felt. This is how you made me feel, and this is how I view things. And you know, until you're able to actually put yourself in other people's shoes, you will never fully understand that. So, on our topic of being betrayal, hurt, whatever that's going on, whatever turmoil or troubles you have going on in your life right now that are bringing your spirits down, that are hurting you, the first step into actually healing from that shit is something I've been practicing for the longest, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But it's to honestly just let your heart break. Let it break. Let it shatter. Let it fall into pieces. Let that shit break. Don't brush it under the rug and act like it didn't happen. Don't go out here and start sleeping with different people to get over somebody. Don't mask it with taking, you know, alcohol, or in this generation, you guys love the pop Xanax, Percocets, and all this ridiculous pills. Don't do that. Don't self-harm yourself in that way. Your heart is already broke. Your spirits is already down, and now you guys are getting the depressants and making your oh, I feel like that looks stupid. And making yourself go into an even lower state. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go and drink alcohol to bring your spirits up. And speaking of alcohol, I want some wine, but whatever. Don't go and do certain things that's going to become more of a problem in the long run than a solution, if that makes sense. So my thing that I like to do is just to let my heart break. I let my heart break. I sit in it. I cry. I pray. I meditate. I watch motivational videos about how to keep your spirits up. Every morning I wake up. I'm not a morning person, so if I'm up in the morning, that means I didn't sleep all night. But when you wake up in the morning, or whenever you wake up, watch something motivational that's going to keep your spirits up. Watch something that's going to keep your, basically just watch something that's going to clear your head a little bit. Your head's not going to be completely clear, but something that's going to keep your head space in a place where it's like, okay, today I watched a video telling me I am loved. I'm the only one who can love myself. I am the only one who could bring happiness within myself. Today I will practice not saying any negativity in my head, and any petty thoughts you have in your head, let it go. Shut that shit down. As soon as it starts to transpire in your head, shut it down. Shut that negative thought down. If you have to cry and break down in the car, do that shit. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you walking around here weak as fuck. I am. I don't understand why when people are going through harsh time and turmoil, people want to tell you, oh, keep your head up. Lift your head up. Bitch, I am hurt. I'm hurt right now. Let me hurt. Let me sit in this shit. So that 2 months from now, or 2 weeks from now, however long it takes you to get over whatever you're going through, I will no longer be dealing with this. I feel like my hair is like, I will no longer be dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? Let your heart hurt so that you don't carry that shit into your future. So that in 6 months, you can look back and be like, damn, I really made it. I made it out of that shit, bro. So whatever else comes my way, I can make it through that too. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make it through it regardless, bro. Life don't owe you anything. Nobody owes you nothing. No one owes you a fuck thing in this world. The only one who truly owes you something is yourself. Give yourself everything you need. Learn to be alone while you're going through that. Sit in that shit by yourself. Learn to be your own best friend. Learn to confide in yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. I don't think people understand just how much being alone is a drug. Because once you find peace within yourself and comfort within yourself, once somebody comes in and disturbs that peace, baby girl, baby boy, you're going to be like, nah, you can go. I've been there already. I ain't finna open up no doors that's going to have me around here sick and looking stupid and all. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going through something that's hurting you, whether it's losing a job and your spirits are down, you can't find a job, sit in that. You know, sometimes God put us through certain things. If you believe in God, I always say if you believe in God, or the higher being, or the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, everything happens for a reason. And we get put in certain situations because at the time that's what we need. We get put in certain situations because God needs to remove certain things away from us. He needs to isolate us from certain situations, from certain people, because it was too much for our little hearts to bear. And sometimes it's easier to get hurt because it makes you walk away from people faster. Hello, somebody. Sometimes it's easier for you to get hurt because you walk away from people a hell of a lot faster when they've done something so fucking harsh and so mean and so whatever. When they broke your heart so bad this time that you have no choice but to walk away from them, or you have no choice but to walk away from that job. You have no choice but to remove yourself from certain people's lives, bro, because you needed to get away from that motherfucker. You needed to. Some things that we allow ourselves to sit in is so fucking toxic because we ourselves have toxic traits that we give into And we want a way out, and we want to get out of it. We want to move on from it. But it's just so hard, because being so comfortable somewhere, it's so much easier to be comfortable where everything and everyone around you in that comfort zone is kind of like feeding into the bullshit. They're kind of feeding you like, yeah, bro, you know, you ain't got to worry about going home to your lady tonight, bro. You ain't no sucker. You ain't got to go home to your lady tonight. Why would you think some people would tell you that? Because they're stuck in that toxic ass mentality too. And because their life isn't going how they would want their life to go, and they don't have nobody who loves them like you do. They want you to be just as lonely as them. They want you to sit around just like them. But one thing I learned, bro, people who encourage you to do stupidity and do dumbass shit, or people who don't even encourage you to grow, especially grow further than them, it's because they don't want to see you doing better than them. They don't want you on a higher level than them. They don't want you. They want you to stay right where they are. And they will drag you the fuck down with them as many times as they can, because it's easier to keep you in this headspace than to allow you to grow. And now they lost their partner in crime. Now they lost their bum ass friend. Now they lost the nigga who I go and cheat with. Now they lost the bitch who I go and steal with. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to do that. And like I was saying, because I always like get on topic, but allow your heart to break. Let it break in little pieces. Let every pain hurt. Let it hurt. Let it hurt you. It's okay. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to cry. It's okay to listen to all the sad songs you need to listen to. It's okay. Now, once you're done with that process, start healing. Start speaking life into yourself. Get some sticky notes. Stick it on your mirror. So every morning when you brush your teeth, you can read it. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am a wife. Whatever goals you have. I am an entrepreneur. I will make $30,000. I have 6 months to accomplish my goal. I will quit my job. Whatever it is that you want to speak life into yourself, put it on those sticky notes. If you don't want to do sticky notes, every time you brush your teeth in the morning, say a little prayer. Or every time you're in the shower, scream to the top of your lung, I'm beautiful. I am worthy. I am enough. Whatever it is you have to say to yourself to keep your spirits high, you do that. Start planting little seeds within yourself. And start watering those seeds so they can start growing. The same way you planted seed in somebody else and spoke life into your last relationship or friendship or a job. Plant those same seeds within yourself, and you watch yourself grow and blossom into this beautiful being. But you have to keep watering those seeds that you're planting. You have to start believing in those seeds and have faith that you are what you say that you are. Because without that, once you stop, you go right back and you decline right back into that dark space, and that's not where we're going. So we're going to let our heart break. We're going to plant seeds within ourselves. We're going to start moving like how we feel like we are and who we are. We're going to start moving like the queens and kings and entrepreneurs and wives and husbands. Whatever it is that you aspire to be, start moving as such. Start putting yourself around people who make 6 figures, who can teach you how to not only make money, but keep money. If you inspire to be a wife, start hanging around more wife-like people. Start putting yourself in positions to get chosen to be a wife. You know what I'm saying? Stop entertaining men who only wants to sleep with you, because you know most of the time nowadays bitches all the fuck they want to do, they just want to sleep with you, and waste your time because they themselves haven't even found themselves out yet. Put yourself in that position with other people, other beings who can help you grow, into what it is you inspire to be. I feel like I have OCD and I feel like I'm not in the middle. But yeah, put yourself in stuff like that. You know, I've been reading a lot of things about laws of attraction. If you want to attract something, you have to think it. You have to put yourself around it. You have to pray and meditate over it. You have to start moving like it. I used to be like, oh, I want to be rich. I'm never going to be rich. If I don't say I am rich. I'm already rich. Everything that I have is what rich people have. You understand what I'm saying? Learn to be humble and accept what you do have right now, so that when what does come to you, whatever it is the universe gives you, whatever it is God blesses you with, you will know how to handle it. You will know how to be more appreciative of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's why people say when you do say certain things, people are like, don't say that. I remember I used to be like, oh, I'm so broke, I don't have no money, and da 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 da, blah 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 blah, until one day, and I was so unhappy. I'm gonna tell y'all the story. I was so unhappy in my job. I was working at the hospital one time. I was there for like a year and something, I don't know. Maybe a year. It was going on a year. I was at the job. It was my first hospital job, and towards the end, it just became too much. I started realizing school wasn't for me, and this job also was not for me. So I had a mental breakdown in the bathroom one day. And in that bathroom, I remember with tears coming out my eyes, I told God, I said a prayer. I said, Lord, I don't want to do this anymore. My back hurts. I'm tired. I'm tired of being treated this way. I don't want it anymore. I don't want it. I would rather work at a call center or do home health or something that's going to be easier for me. Less work, whatever. I just don't want it. I kid you not. Maybe like a month later, I would say, I don't know the exact, but maybe like a month later, I got fired from that job. And I had never been so hurt in my life, because I've never gotten fired from a job. I've always left the little jobs that I did have prior to that one. And when that happened, I got so crushed. My spirit was so crushed. So, kid you not, first job that hit me up a week after I got fired, probably not even, a few days after I got fired, maybe a week to a few days after I got fired. First job, because I was already started doing applications online on Indeed and shit. You know how that saying goes, when your job pisses you off, you go on Indeed. I used to be on Indeed just doing little applications or whatever. First job that called me was a home health job. I swear to God, kid you no lie. Home health, I did that shit for 6 months. 6 months I was on my dick doing that job. I barely got paid, bro. And I'm driving from house to house to house for 4 hours at a time, 5 hours at a time, whatever. Wasting my gas and can't even afford to put food in my goddamn mouth. When I say I went through some shit, and it's like, I'm roommating with somebody. I feel guilty that I can't do all that I can do. And she has to take most of the load off of, you know, what's supposed to be both of our responsibility. And I thank God for her. And if I ever get rich, God already knows she coming with me. But it was like, I got even more depressed. I was so fucking depressed. I was so skinny because I couldn't afford food. I probably was making like $400 and something every 2 weeks. Now, mind you, I have a $300 car note. Probably like a $300 and something rent, because we split everything. And then utilities, $100 and something. Car insurance, $200 and something. No, car insurance back then was like $300 and something. And I was just so depressed. Had no life in me. And every life that was in me was being sucked out. I was so drained. And so what happened after that, I did an application. I was doing more applications on Indeed. And then I got a job at a call center. Let me tell y'all something. I'm used to working in hospitals with sick people where I can get up and just be like, okay, I don't want to tolerate this anymore. I don't want to deal with your tone. Let me go and get a little break and get some air from this person's room and go and go ask somebody else to maybe answer my lights for me so I can rethink and recuperate whatever and get back on track. I couldn't do that to the call center job. Them people was calling back to back to back. I don't know what the heck they talk about. At some point, bro, I kid you no lie, I kept them people on ACR or whatever it's called when the calls are in the queue and I'm just not online. I was just offline because I was like, Lord, just let them fire me, because at this point I'm just gonna move back to my mom's house and I'm just gonna have to figure something out at that point, because I am not built for no call center to be sitting down all day in the cold in one spot on the phone and people yelling, why I didn't get my medicine, and I don't goddamn know, I don't ship it. Lady, I am sad. Why is you yelling at me? And then the worst part about that is I'm used to working only 3 days out the week, 12-hour shifts. 3 days. Bro, I'm going to work every day, my nigga. Every day I'm going to work and it's killing me, bro. Then when I did have off days, they were like they were segregated. Like, why are they not together? I'm off Friday and then off Monday. It was like weird. Like, what? Why are you doing this to me, Lord? But I had to realize I prayed for that. I prayed for that. I spoke that on my life. I spoke that into existence. I felt that in my heart when I was in that bathroom that day and I said, God, remove me from here and give me this. You understand what I'm saying? So at some point, you have to be really specific about what you pray and how you pray. When the Bible says, lean not on your own understanding, that is the truest statement the Bible can make, because your emotions fluctuate. 1 minute you're up, you're down, yada yada. Your mind plays tricks on you and all this stuff. You cannot lean on what you know, because what you know is not always going to be what you feel tomorrow. Speak life into yourself. Speak life into your pains. Speak life into everything. The power is in the tongue, and that motherfucker works. I've seen people wish death on people, and that person who wished the death on somebody else died. Be careful what you say and how you say it and what you mean it from, because what you say from the heart and what you believe in your soul and your spirit will come true. And I'm a strong believer at that. So one thing about this life, speak life into yourself. Once you're in that healing process of speaking life into yourself, healing your demons, healing your traumas, understanding why you're hurting, sit down with people who hurt you if you have to sometimes, and sometimes understand some people are not going to apologize to you, and it's okay, because them too are not healed from whatever or whoever broke them. So today I just want to tell you guys, love yourself first. I know I always say that, but it's so true. Love yourself first. Put yourself first. It's okay to be selfish. It's okay to not understand certain things. It's okay. It's okay. You know that saying that says, laugh now, cry later? That shit is so true. Whoever hurt you, whoever put you in some type of pain, yeah, you know, they can he laugh and have a good time now, but karma misses no one. And when God does the punishing, it's much better than you trying to retaliate on people. Love yourself. Love who you are. Put the type of energy you would like to receive out into the universe. If you want to be loved, love others. If you want to be trust others. And I'm not saying be dumb. You know, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm just saying, put yourself in position to receive what you're giving out. You get what you give into the universe. So anyways, so if you are going through anything that's bothering you, troubling you, my love, it gets better. You get stronger. Remember, you cannot go over anything. You have to walk through it. That's why you have to let your heart break. You have to understand why it's breaking. You have to understand what you're losing. And then you have to have a clear vision at the end of the tunnel to see what you're gaining at the end of that disappointment, at the end of that heartbreak, at the end of losing that job, at the end of ending a 10-year friendship. You have to understand that. If you're already walking through hell, why stop? Keep going. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel, because I always forget to say it in the beginning. I don't know why, but I don't know why. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, it's no music playing.